Well, here we go again, everybody. Back to 1962. It is June 28th, 1962. And before we look at anything else, we're going to look at this newspaper clipping. This is from right around this date in 1986. The incredible shrinking leads, it says. This comes courtesy of the New York Daily News. And right underneath it were the stories of the disappearing acts of the great leads of the past, including 42, 46, 51. And then, of course, this would be after 62, but 64 with the Phillies, 69 with the Cubs, and 78, of course, with the Boston Red Sox. And that tells us that, hey, man, maybe there is a chance. We'll take a look now at the standings. The National League, the Dodgers still with a 5-game lead, but they have to play us. And here we are in Los Angeles, and we are hungry and ready to hit. American League, of course, it's still the Twins with the lead, 8-game lead over Cleveland. Take a quick look as well at the standings. This is for both leagues, or the leaders. This is for both leagues combined. You can see offensively there's a lot of Willie Davis and Tommy Davis. I'm sorry, Tommy Davis leading in hits and in at-bats, as much as that matters. But the place where it really does matter is Lenny Dykstra with 5.0 WAR, and he's leading the league in stolen bases with 54. He has been caught 19 times, though, a little bit more than Maury Wills. Wills, by the way, 46 stolen bases, and so Dykstra's trying to help the Mets run away with everything. 4.451 on base percentage as well for Lenny, and that's what really counts for us. Now, if we look at pitching, it's a little bit different story. What you see here are a lot of Dodgers. Sandy Koufax with 178 strikeouts and 5.6 pitching WAR. Don Drysdale has thrown almost 165 innings, which is pretty amazing. Bob Ojeda with the 2.22 folding independent pitching average. But when we look around to ERA, if I can find it again, there it is. It's actually Ojeda with 2.04, right above Drysdale with 2.13. Well, here we are back today. It's going to be Ron Darling on the mound, who has been hot as of late. And the Mets have to face Sandy Koufax. Koufax has a 2.30 ERA and an 11-2 record. It's amazing that anybody's beating him. And here we are at beautiful Dodger Stadium. Not a sellout, by the way. Interesting to note that. Here comes Dykstra, and he takes a pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count on Lenny. Just under 30,000 here. Swing and a miss. 0-2, just like that on Dykstra. And he hits this over to left center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit that gets to the wall. That'll be a double. That's a double for Lenny Dykstra. Man, what a way to start this one off. So Dykstra starts this game off the right way with a big double against the big man, Sandy Koufax. That will bring up Mickey Wilson, and there's no need to worry about anyone being caught stealing. There's a foul ball by Wilson, and a ball outside, 1-1. That's a big curveball outside, 2-1. That's low, 3-1 the count. And Mookie takes this one outside, and that's ball 4. So runners on at first and second now, and here comes Keith. Hernandez hitting 331. And there's a strike in the inside corner. He does have 63 RBIs. There's a strike outside. That was a little bit outside, I thought. 0-2, that was called. That fastball's low, 1-2 the count. And there's strike 3. Hernandez, I guess, hoping that the ball will just go away and ends up striking out looking. 1 away. Darryl Strawberry now takes the ball outside and swing and a miss at that big curve. There's another strike as he couldn't check his swing. That's high. 2-2 the count on Darryl. This is hit over to left. That's a base hit. Dykstra's going to come around to score. A ball hit just right in front of him, but he's fast enough to beat the throw. Mookie stays at second, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Mets. Here now is Gary Carter. And this is hit up the middle. That's going to be 1-2, and that was a real quick double play. And so Carter rounds into a double play, unfortunately for us. But the Mets score. We go to the bottom of the first, and it's a 1-0 lead. Here is Maury Wills. Darling, 2.32 ERA. He's 8-1 with 75 strikeouts, so he's not Koufax, but he's still pretty good. 2-0 the count on Maury. And that's low, 3-0. And there's a strike, 3-1. Swing and a miss. It's a full count now on Wills. And this is wrapped up the middle for a base hit. So Wills gets the base hit done, and we're going to have to watch out for potential steal. We're going to bring us into double play depth. We may throw over to first a couple of times. There's a throw back. Nothing happening. We'll do it again. Now the pitch in there to Willie Davis, and there goes the runner. Carter throws the second, and we nailed him. But Carter has thrown out his 15th, and there's 1 away. Fouled away by Davis, 1-1. There's a strike of the knees, 1 and 2. That's just low. It's 2 and 2 on Willie. Change of just low, full count. And that's way inside, and that's not really what we want to see. So Willie Davis ends up walking, and that'll bring up Tommy Davis. So 2 Dodgers have come to the plate, and 2 have gone on base. And Willie Davis has a stolen base now, and he's stolen his 20th. There's another strike to Tommy, 0 and 2. That's just low, 1 and 2 the count. Ground ball back to the pitcher, and Darling throws to first and is not in time. So Tommy Davis beats out an infield hit. That'll bring up Frank Howard, and it feels unfair to have Frank Howard on this team. He has 16 home runs, puts him at 4th in the major leagues. Fouls one away and swings and misses 0 and 2, and there's a ball inside, 1 and 2. Swing and a miss, down he goes. That fastball had something extra on it. 94 miles an hour, 2 away, and here's the Duke of Flatbush. And that's foul to the left side, 0 and 1. A little pop-up, and that's going to be out of play. I don't think Mookie's going to get there in time. Nope. 0 and 2. That's high and away, 1 and 2. Fouled away, 1 and 2 it remains. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. And so down go the Dodgers. They do not score. We go to the top of the second inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Mets. Here comes Ray Knight. Ball inside tonight, 1-0. And there's a fastball over for a strike. It looked a little bit outside to me. That's low, but over the zone. Yep, that's a strike. Fouled away. And so the count's still 1 and 2 here on Ray Knight. That's low, 2 and 2 the count. Fouled away, remains 2 and 2. Hit over to right. That might be trouble. Nope, it's going to be caught there by Ryan Howard. 1 away. Say Ryan Howard, Frank Howard. There's a strike in there to Tim Tuffle, 0 and 1. Fouled away, it's 0 and 2. A little pop-up over again to Howard and right, and there's 2 away. And here comes Santana. Santana's hitting 191, and there's a ball up and away to him. 1 and 0. And he pulls that one foul, 1 and 1. That's a curve low, 2 and 1. Swing and a miss that challenged him, 2 and 2. And that's low, so it's a full count. Just fouled away by Santana. And that's fouled away again, remains a full count. And he went for strike 3, and so that does it for the Mets in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-0 lead still for the Mets. Here comes Ron Fairley. Fairley's hitting 283, 7 home runs, and takes a ball way inside. Darling choked that one. This is hit over to left field. That's going to be down there for a base hit in front of Wilson. That'll bring up Jim Gilliam with a runner on at first. Here's a bunt. It goes back to the mound. Darling's only play first base, and so Johnny Roseborough comes up with a runner on at second and takes a strike. Foul to the right side, 0 and 2. And it's a ball inside, 1 and 2 the count. Swing and a miss. Darling has picked up his 3rd strikeout. 2 away, here comes Sandy Koufax. Swing and a miss, 0 and 1. And that's a ball inside, way up and in. That's high, 2 and 1. That's hit up the middle for a base hit, so Sandy Koufax helping out his own cause. Dykstra fields it, throws to home, is nowhere near in time. And the Dodgers have tied this one up, 1-1. Maury Wills comes up next. How about that? Sandy Koufax getting only his 2nd RBI of the season. He's not even hitting 100. Swing and a miss, 1 and 1 the count. There's a strike to Wills, 1 and 2. Not a great pitch there by Darling against Koufax, which is what led to that. 2-2 pitch is a ground ball to Knight, who fields it, throws to first, in time for the out. And I tell you, if that one was in time, no comment. We're going to go now to the top of the 3rd inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Here comes Ron Darling. And this is blasted over to left center field. Darling's going to get 2. Goes all the way to the wall, and there's Darling. He comes into second base with the double. That's a double for Ron Darling, who is also hitting .094. How about that? He doesn't have any RBIs, though. And here comes Lenny Dykstra. There's a ball away, 1-0. So now Koufax knows how it feels. That's fouled away, 1-1. High and away, 2-1 the count. And that's high again. It's a 3-1 count. And that's called strike, so it's a full count on Dykstra. And he fouls this one away. It remains full. And that's down and in for ball 4. That'll bring up Mookie. We're going to have him swing away. It's hit over to left field. That's going to be a quiet out. And it was Darling pretending to go over to third base, but Snyder, of course, pretty good arm. There's one away. Here's Keith Hernandez. He takes the ball away, 1-0. Hernandez still in that little slump, hits one foul to the left side, 1-1. And there's a fastball for a strike, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Told you he was in a slump. Third strikeout for Koufax. And that's number 181 this season. 2 away, and here's Darryl Strawberry. There's a strike to Strawberry. And that's going to be nope, not a pass ball. Roseborough got on top of that one in time. 1-1 the count. Just fouled away. It's 1-2. Hit over to right, but that'll be foul. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. I was about to say Strawberry doesn't stand a chance, and he didn't. So Koufax gets his 4th strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 1-1 game. And it's Willie Davis up against Ron Darling. And it's a strike to Willie. And there's a little pop-up. Going to be the first baseman, Keith Hernandez, making the catch. 1 away. Tommy Davis now. Hits this one over to right field, and that's going to fall right in front of Strawberry for a base hit. It's one of those animations that I hate because it looks like the outfielder is just sort of standing there whistling, minding his own business. Here comes Frank Howard. That's fine if it's a blowout, but when it's a close game, you don't want to see that. 2-0 the count now on Howard. And this is a ground ball just what the doctor ordered. It's Tuffle to Santana and back on to Hernandez at first for the double play. We go now to the top of the 4th inning. That was another fast half inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Here comes Gary Carter. That's a ball away, 1-0. And there's a strike, check swing, but he went 1-1. It's hit deep to left, baby, that's gone. 15 of the season now for Gary Carter, and the fans here don't like that. 412 feet away, Gary Carter takes Andy Koufax deep, and that makes this a 2-1 lead for the Mets. And that'll bring up Ray Knight, 2-1 ball game. That's fouled away by Knight, 0-1. And that's inside. Fouled away again, 1-2. And that's strike 3. Couldn't check his swing, but I'm pretty sure that was a strike anyway. 1 away, and here comes Tuffle. That's a ball low. 5 strikeouts now for Koufax, and he's losing. 1-1 the count. Ball way inside, 2-1. It's inside again. It's a 3-1 count. He'll take this one, and that's ball 4 outside. So Tuffle walks. That brings up Santana. And there's only one thing we can do with this guy. He tries to bunt, fouls it off. Fouls off another one, 0-2. And that's ball 1. 1-2 the count on Santana. And there's a good bunt to the left side. Third baseman Tommy Davis, is that right? Yes, fields that, throws to first for the out. Tim Tuffle goes to second. So there's 2 away. Here comes Ron Darling, who's 1 for 1. Had a double last time up. He takes the ball low. And barely fouls that one off to the side. 1-1. 1-2 now. That's fouled away again. Darling's looking pretty good at the plate. And there's a swing and a miss. Well, so much for that. We looked pretty good until the very end. We go now to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Mets. Here is Duke Snyder. Little fly ball over to right, and it's going to be easily playable for Strawberry. He makes the catch, 1 away. Ron Fairley up there now. He takes a changeup inside for a ball, 1-0. That's fouled to the right, 1-1. There's a ball inside, 2-1 is the count. That's hit through the first baseman for a base hit. So that's a base hit, and Fairley gets aboard. That one went straight through Hernandez. That'll bring up Jim Gilliam, and we'll go back to double play depth. There's a strike to the knees to Jim. And a ball outside. Fouled away, 1-2 the count. No swing on that appeal. 2-2. Swing and a miss that time. And so Darling picks up his 4th strikeout. There's 2 away. Here's Johnny Roseborough hitting .230. There's not a lot of places to hide here in the Dodger lineup, as that's a strike into Roseborough, 0-1. That's fouled away by him, 0-2 the count. And there's a ball low, 1-2. That was a hanger, and that was hit foul down the right field line. This is low, 2-2. low, and it gets away from Carter, but not far enough. No one could advance on that one. It's a full count now in Roseboro, and he hits this over to left field, and Mookie Wilson is there to make the catch for the out. Takes us now to the top of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Mets. Here comes Lenny Dykstra again. Dykstra, 1 for 1 today and walked last time up, takes the ball outside, and a ball low, 2-0. 54 stolen bases. There's a strike. It's 2-1 on Lenny. Fouled away, 2-2 the count. Just fouled that away. This is a pop-up. That's going to be easy for the shortstop, Gilliam. I'm sorry, Wills. 1 away. Gilliam's at second. Here's Wilson. That's outside to Mookie. And there's a strike of the knees. There's another strike of the knees. 1-2 is the count. Fouled off to the right. Remains 1-2. And there's strike 3. It looked like it was a little bit outside, but it doesn't matter. That's strikeout number 7 for Koufax, and here comes Keith Hernandez. 7 strikeouts are only in the top of the 5th. It's a ball low to Hernandez, and this is popped up over to the right. That's out of play. 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Just fouled away. 1-2 remains. It's hit over to the left side, but foul. Yeah, it's hit foul again. 1-2 still. Just fouled away. And just hit fouled on the left field line. That looked fair. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Number 8 picked up by Sandy Koufax. And so we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Mets. And here comes Koufax. He drove in the only Dodger run of the game. It's a ground ball over to Tuffle, who fields it and throws to first. There's 1 away. Maury Wills now takes the ball outside. And then pops 1 up. It's going to be Carter making this catch, I believe, for the out. He's got it. Yep, 2 away. Here's Willie Davis. It's a strike in there to Willie. And a blast over to left. Deep but playable for Mookie Wilson. And he makes the catch for the out. Go to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Darryl Strawberry leading this off. That's a fastball high and inside. And that's at the letters. 1-1 now to Straw. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. That's low. 2-2 now to Strawberry. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. 1 away. 9 strikeouts now for Koufax. Here comes Gary. And that is a hit by pitch. Again, the animation kind of strange on that one. To make that ball go over to him, it leaves his arm way over here, and then it sort of drives inside. So another thing for the animators to work on. Here comes Ray Knight, and he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. It's hit over in the air to right field, and that'll be foul. 0-2, I'm sorry, is the count. That's blasted to right. That's going to be a base hit. Carter goes to second. He doesn't have enough speed to go anywhere else. And so that'll put runners on at first and second now for Tim Tuffle. Tuffle and then Santana. 1 away. We're going to play the percentages, and so Tuffle bunts. Roseboro picks that one up, throws over to first for the out. And there's 2 away here now for Santana. Foul all the way, 0-1. That's a ball outside. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Hit down the left field line, but just foul. 1-2 it remains. That's a little ground ball over to short. That's fielded over there by Wills, who throws to first for the out. We go now to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Mets. Here comes Tommy Davis. Davis is 2 for 2. It's a ground ball over to Tim Tuffle, who throws to first. There's 1 away. Frank Howard now. And there's a ball low to Howard. And a strike. 1-1. That's up high. 2-1 the count. Hit over to right. That's going to be a base hit landing in front of Strawberry. So Howard gets it done. That'll bring up the Duke, and we go to the double play depth and say a prayer. There's a ball low to Snyder. And another one low, 2-0. That's grounded foul to the right side, 2-1. That's low, 3-1 to Duke. Grounded just foul. It's a full count on him. That's going to be popped up over to left field, out of play. Wilson can't get there in time. just fouled away. Full count remains. Tip foul over to the right, and that's way out of play. That's popped up. That's going to be playable easily for Wilson. He makes the catch. 2 away. Here comes Ron Fairley. There's a strike to Ron. And the ball, 1-1. Fouled away. It's 1-2. Just foul to the left. 1-2 remains. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. And so that's the 5th strikeout, I believe, for Darling. Gutsy pitch. We go to the top of the 7th inning, and this is a classic. Here comes Darling again. Mets only 5 hits, but have scored twice. The Dodgers with 7 hits have only scored once. 2-0 the count on Ron. 3-0. We'll have him take this all day long. And there's a strike, 3-1. Koufax 9 strikeouts, but has walked 3. And there's another strike inside, full count. And there's ball 4 high. And so the Mets get a base runner. Koufax now has walked 4, and that'll bring up Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra today is 1 for 2. And he takes a strike inside. It was over the plate, and that's a ball outside. 1-1. That's low, 2-1. Popped up, that's going to be out of play. Over to the left, 2-2 the count. That's low, it's a full count on Dykstra. And there's a swing and a miss. That's the 10th strikeout registered by Koufax. And Lenny doesn't strike out a lot. Here comes Mookie Wilson with 1 on. Hits this over to the right field line, just foul. 0-1. That's high, 1-1. And low, 2-1 now to Wilson. And that's in the zone, 2-2. Low, it's a full count now on Mookie. Swing and a miss. That's number 11 for Sandy. 2 away, here comes Keith Hernandez, and he swings and misses a 1-0-1. Blasts this over to center. That's going to be over the head of the center fielder. That'll be extra bases. Hernandez goes all the way over to second. Here comes Darling trying to score. This is the insurance run. He's going to score easily. That throw was way offline. They had to run over and get it. Nowhere near close to the plate. And that makes this a 3-1 lead now for the Mets. Here comes Darryl Strawberry. So Keith Hernandez with the big double. Willie Davis didn't play that one well. Swing and a miss by Strawberry. And then there's a ball outside, 1-1. Ground ball to the hole. It's a good job of fielding there by Wills, and Strawberry was out by maybe a stride. He's a fast base runner, but not quite fast enough. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. That was an Ozzie Smith-type play out there by Wills. Here comes Jim Gilliam. And there's a foul ball by Gilliam, 0-1. This is low, 1-1 the count. That's just fouled away, 1-2. And there's a pop-up foul to the left side. It remains 1-2. Fouled away, still 1-2. That's a little excuse me pop-up, and Knight had a chance at it, but couldn't get there in time. There's a ball inside, 2-2. Hit up the middle for a base hit. And so once again, the Dodgers have a base hit, their 8th of the game. Johnny Roseborough up there now with Jim Gilliam on at first. And there's a strike on the inside corner. Gutsy pitch there by Darling. Ground ball to Tuffle. He goes to Mitchell for 1, but there's no relay throw to first. And so that will bring up Sandy Koufax. Runner on at first, and he bunts. Well, that's not going to do much. Hernandez fields it, flips over to Tuffle. Roseborough goes to second, sure, but it's meaningless. Maury Wills now takes a strike. The Mets with the 2-run lead. Sorry, that was a ball to Wills. Ground ball over to Mitchell, who fields it, throws to first in time for the out. There was another one where the runner beat the throw to the bag, but we don't talk about that. We go to the top of the 8th inning. It's a 3-1 lead for the Mets. Here comes Gary Carter. And first pitch swing hits one straight back to the pitcher, and Koufax throws to first, 1 away. Ray Knight now. Fouls 1 away, 0-1. Koufax has thrown 135 pitches. He must be tired. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And there's a ground ball over to the shortstop. It'll be Wills throwing to first, and there's 2 away. Here comes Tim Tuffle. Ball up and into Tuffle. And that's fouled away, 1-1. That's a high strike, 1-2. And that's popped up. It'll be playable there by the second baseman, Gilliam, who grabs that for the out. Another fast inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And here come the Dodgers. 6 more outs between us and a real key victory. Willie Davis takes a strike from Darling. And a ball outside, 1-1. 103 pitches for Ron. Blasted over to center, but it's going to be allowed out. Dykstra has it. We're 5 outs away. Here's Tommy Davis. That's a changeup that misses. Swing and a miss that time, 1-1. There's a swing and a miss on the forkball, 1-2. And it's popped up over to the right side. That's playable for Hernandez, and he makes the catch. 2 away, and here comes Frank Howard. There's a strike to Frank Howard, 0-1. Another strike at the knees, 0-2. Blasted to center, but there is Dykstra. He makes the catch for the out. The Mets are 3 outs away, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. It's a 3-1 lead for the Mets. Here comes Santana. He's 0 for 2, and he fouls one away, 0-1. Santana still having offensive problems. There's a ball high to him, 1-1. I've been saying Mitchell every time it's been hit to short. It's actually been Santana the whole time. Lets you know where my mind is at. 1-2 the count. That's up and in, 2-2. There's a ground ball over to third. It's going to be Tommy Davis throwing to first for the out, 1 away. There's Ron Darling, and Santana is not going to play very much the rest of this season if he keeps hitting like this. There's an 0-2 count now on the pitcher, Darling. Swing and a miss, down he goes. 12 strikeouts for Koufax, who's close to a complete game. Here comes Lenny Dykstra. There's a fastball for a strike, 150 pitches now. It's hit over to right field, that'll be a base hit. We'll see if they leave Koufax in now with Mookie Wilson coming up there. They do. 151 pitches for Koufax. And there goes Dykstra, and he's got it stolen. 55 stolen bases for Dykstra, and he's kind of showing them up. Will's only 46. 1-0 to Mookie, and this is hit over to right. That's going to hold up. Howard makes the catch for the out. And so we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be Snyder, Fairley, and Gilliam, assuming that there's no pinch hitters. 3 more outs to go. There's a ball low to Snyder. And that's fouled away, 1-1. This is a key game for the Mets if we could win this one, baby. 2-1 the count. This would help us a lot. There's a foul ball to the right, 2-2. And that's ball 3 just outside. It's a full count. Darling comes in on him, and that's popped up, and it's going to be caught by Santana. It's short for the first out. There are 2 outs remaining. Here's Ron Fairley. And that's lined to the right side, foul, 0-1. Curveball just misses, not sure how, I guess a little low, 1-1. And that's high, 2-1 the count. He held up, 3-1. And there's ball 4, low. And so that'll bring up Jim Gilliam. Darling has thrown 122 pitches. We go into double play depth. 3-1 lead. There's a ball inside to Gilliam. And a strike, it's 1-1. Low and inside, 2-1. Inside again, 3-1. And that's low for ball 4. Darling has walked 2 in a row, and he's getting to that red zone. That'll bring up Johnny Roseborough. Bottom of the lineup here for the Dodgers. There's a ball away, and a ball inside, 2-0. That's another one away, and I think we're going to have to go talk to the pitcher. Let's see if we can figure out. There it is. All right, if he can still do it, we'll leave you in. And there's ball 4. I don't know if I trust him anymore. It'd be Doug Camilli coming up. Doug Camilli, and the Mets are going to make the change. So the right-handed pitcher or right-handed hitter coming up, that means we're going to go to Jesse Orozco. Bases loaded. This is a much more important game than getting another complete game in. We'll go into double play depth. We don't need to have anybody in. Doug Camilli in there, and here comes Orozco. First pitch swinging. It's a fly ball over to Dykstra straight away in center field for the second out. There's 2 away. That brings up Maury Wills. So Orozco comes into this with a 1.02 ERA. He has 3 saves so far this season. So we have used him sometimes. There's the ball high to Wills. And a ball low, 2-0. And there's a ground ball over to short. It'll be fielded there by Santana, who throws to first. So Wills hits it over to his cousin, and that does it. And the Mets have won this ball game 3-1. And so there you have it. Mets win this one, and we'll talk with you again later. Take care. Bye.